What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Rant. Today's video, I'm going to talk about what's happening all too often in America, another terrorist attack. Besides the one in New Orleans, which I'm going to do another video later on. Today's video is basically about this is pretty ironic, the Tesla Cybertruck that a terrorist took and parked it in front of Trump's hotel in Las Vegas and more or less blew it up with the driver inside. Like I said, it's pretty ironic. They rented a Tesla, some people call it a rolling dumpster, which it looks like a rolling dumpster. The Tesla Cybertruck, they rented it. They actually rented it with the same app that they used to rent the truck that killed the people in New Orleans. But they rented the truck, filled it up with all kinds of explosives, gasoline, and you'll see in the video what's in the back of the truck. But more or less, they blew it up right in front of the hotel. But what's really I'm trying to highlight, as you'll see it in the video, it's ironic they rented a Tesla truck, but they more or less shot themselves in the foot because the Tesla truck basically kept the explosion going up instead of blowing out the sides and doing far more damage to the hotel. So they kind of screwed up big time. You'll see in the video. Not one piece of glass out in front of that hotel, which was a couple feet from the truck, blew out. So what's that tell you? They should have used another truck that, literally would have exploded in all directions and, would have had far more damage. But, them using a Cybertruck, just out of spite, I guess. I guess they're not Trump and Elon Musk supporters. Like I said, it caused the explosion to go up, and it kept it contained going up instead of sideways. But let's take a quick couple seconds here.
Tesla Cybertruck,
and we'll show you.
Outside a hotel owned there in the Strip by incoming President Donald Trump. One person has died and 7 people were injured in the blast. Surveillance footage that is circulated on social media, it was shown during that police press conference as well, shows that very moment there that the Tesla Cybertruck exploded at 8:39 a.m. local time. Smoke poured out of the electric vehicle as it pulled
one piece of glass
was about
broken.
10 to 15 seconds, police said, before the explosion outside the front doors there at the Trump International Hotel. A line of people were exiting the building. First responders were at the scene as well. The person inside the truck died during the explosion. Police yet to confirm the identity of that individual.
At about 8:40, when a 2024 Tesla Cybertruck pulled into the area valet of the Trump International Hotel. Very quickly thereafter that, the driver, who was the sole occupant of the truck, we saw what looked like maybe some sort of smoke, and then the truck exploded. Smoke was coming from inside of the truck after we noticed the flash and the explosion, and I'm going to show you that first video. That's the Cybertruck parked right in front of the doors. Can you play that again, Carlos?
See, it basically kept the explosion and it angled it up instead of going out sideways because I guess the thing is built like it's built like a dumpster. The top opens and the sides are all closed in. It's a rolling dumpster. It looks like a rolling dumpster. But anyway, you'll see in the back there was all kinds of stuff. And what I find kind of ironic about this is, I guess the lithium batteries are protected a little more than like a regular Tesla that literally just melts and burns to the ground, and you really can't put it out. This one they put out looks like relatively easily. It looks like they covered it with a big blanket and kind of smothered it. You'll see in a minute, which is pretty cool. They put a big blanket over it and pretty much just smother the fire, and it's out instead of putting 50,000 gallons of water or whatever they say it takes to put one of those Tesla fires out. Here, watch.
So the individual that was in that truck is obviously deceased. Still in the truck as we speak here today. Our fire department folks, Engine 12, a number of others, you'll hear from one of the fire chiefs here in just a moment, arrived very quickly, along with my officers. And obviously we knew that we had a much larger event than just a vehicle fire. And so there's going to be a drone video that plays to my left again. You'll see as the fire initially, they covered it with the tarp to try to get it to go out. Once the fire went out through the suppression efforts of the fire department, you'll see some of the evidence in the back of the vehicle.
Isn't that cool? Look at that. That's racing fuel right there. See that? Looks like it didn't explode. That's regular gas cans, but that's racing fuel. Maybe I forget what they call it.
So those are gasoline canisters. They are camp fuel canisters and large firework mortars.
I must say, I'm not a big fan of the Cybertruck, but it it held up pretty well. I will have to admit. I mean, look at that thing. Regular Teslas, those little crappy cars, they literally melt and burn right to the ground. This thing, it's pretty well intact. Come on, video.
What I also would like you to pay attention to on that video, as you see that, it looks like the exterior of that truck is completely intact as it sits there.
I just said that.
This was a Cybertruck. Really limited the damage that occurred inside of the valet because it had most of the blast go up through the truck and out. In fact, if you look on that video, you'll see that the front glass doors at the Trump hotel were not even broken by that blast, which they were parked directly in front of. You can see that in the video there.
Well, that's pretty cool. Please give me a like for the algorithm.
Given the timing of these
give me a like.
events, authorities are investing any potential link between what's happened in Las Vegas and what happened there in New Orleans. There was questions at the press conference to law enforcement about the fact that these
Elon Musk says about his truck.
Both from the same company.
Pretty funny.
At this stage, the update was that seemed to be just a mere coincidence. Tesla founder Elon Musk, as we know, very close to incoming President Donald Trump, he posted on social media, his platform X today, saying that it appears likely to be an act of terrorism. He says both this Cybertruck and the F-150 suicide bomb in New Orleans were rented from Turo. That's that rental car company I mentioned, and he speculates perhaps that they are linked in some way. Mr. Musk has also written that the evil knuckleheads picked the wrong vehicle for a terrorist attack.
Knuckleheads.
The truck actually contained the explosion and directed the blast upwards. Not even the glass doors of the lobby were broken. And that's the very point that Las Vegas authorities had been making. The fact that this was a Cybertruck prevented the explosives actually doing further damage into the interior of the hotel. Vegas authorities confirming that both Mr. Musk and Donald Trump have aided the investigation so far.
That's pretty funny. Anyway, that's about it for today. Look for another video later on today about the New Orleans blast. I got a couple of thoughts about that, but it's horrific. So stay safe out there if you're going to any large events, or if you, like I said, go anywhere, any kind of large events, walking down the street, make sure you walk close to trees or light poles or a building you could duck into, because you never know what's driving down the sidewalk. So, like I said, you never know. Some states are safer than others. Anyway, give me a like. Let me know what you thought about. If you have any comments or anything, if you own a rolling dumpster, I want to hear from you. I like the Rant one just to see what it's like, but it held up pretty well. So I'm kind of eating my words on the rolling dumpster. It looks like it held up pretty well. Built a pretty good truck. But anyway, give me a thumbs up, give me a like for the algorithm, and I'll see you on the next one.